So she's thinking her mom, if I have this right, is too medically high maintenance to attend her wedding. And she is asking if she is being an a-hole or not. If you guys have something going on in your life you want to share with us, we share it out to Bert Show fan. That'll give you some opinions. Hit us up at thebertshow.com. Mo has this email.
Hey, Bert Show. First off, obviously I love your show. My fiance and I listen to you all the time. Second, I need your advice. I am not sure if this is considered an am I the a-hole or what, but here it goes. My mother and I were never super close. I've loved her and kept a relationship with her, but she wasn't someone I wanted to talk to on a regular basis. However, I guess that doesn't really matter anymore. She has early onset dementia, so she has a hard time remembering things and even forgets me at times. She's a mess, mentally and physically. I feel terrible considering not inviting her to my wedding because she is my mother. But at the same time, I worry about all the stress and attention she will bring to the wedding. Not the good kind either. My mother sometimes has issues with incontinence, for lack of a better word. She often craps herself and gets on other things, and it gets on other things. No, she can't help it, and it breaks my heart for her. But I also really don't want her crapping on my dress or things at the wedding.
Come on, man, that's not really going to happen.
I mean,
can it?
Well, there's things that she can wear to prevent that from happening. It's just a matter of her wearing like an adult diaper.
My brother said if I did have her come that he would hire a nurse for 48 hours to take care of her for the trip. My family has all said they understand and are fine with me not inviting her. I just feel bad. The only plus side to her coming is that she would get to live in that moment with us. But other than that, she won't remember it ever happened or that she was even there. It would be more stress on myself at my wedding, along with more stress for my brother. I don't want to have to worry about her on my day when she won't even remember it. Is it wrong of me to not invite her?
Oh, I've got so many thoughts on this. I connect with this on so many different levels. So if you're a new Bert Show listener, my dad was pretty much out of my life most of my life. And by the time he came back in my life, it was for me to take care of him. When his wife told me that she was leaving him, he was living out in Nevada at the time. What I didn't know is he also had dementia. He was dealing with some colon cancer. Anyway, we were never close until I brought him here, put him in a retirement community, and then it became like a Hollywood storyline. Like we became really close, and then he passed away. But what I did during that entire time was I really played defense more than anything else. I really wanted, and it's one of the very few times in my life that I had crystal clarity on every decision I made during the entire process, because I knew with crystal clearness that when I looked myself in the mirror after he passed, I wanted to say I did everything right as a son. Now, I didn't want to go in and do it. I didn't feel close to him. I was mad for the way that he handled our relationship. But I just knew in these last 6 months, year, 2 years, whatever it was going to be, I was going to be a really good person to this man. It was more out of obligation than anything else. It was really more for me than it was for him.
But you had no regrets.
Zero. It's one of the things that I'm most proud of in my entire life is that I took the high road, ate my ego, and just really, really acted out of love, compassion for myself, I think, more than it was for him, right? So in a case like this, you guys, this is a defensive move for me. If I was in her position also, I would want him there just for knowing that when he passed that I did the right thing. That's enough for me. That's enough. So if she's there and she doesn't know she's there, she's going to crap on herself. Maybe she'll probably not, but you're going to hire a nurse for 48 hours. The right thing, if it doesn't emotionally really jack you up, is have her there.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is hard for me to connect to because of the relationship I have with my mom. But I would imagine that if I were in a situation similar to this and I wasn't as close to my mom and this was all going on, I would be concerned with the future more than right now of how will I feel if she's not there and I have to live with that for the rest of my life when her time comes. And for me, I would rather have had her there so I never have to worry about having that regret. I'd rather regret inviting her than regret not inviting her.
Yep.
She's not going to mess up the whole wedding day.
No.
Right.
All right.
And I think there is a compromise here. And the fact that your brother wants to step up and hire a nurse for 48 hours, I think that is commendable. And it's exactly what you guys need. Yes, the two of you are not super close, but you do have a relationship with her. And dementia is an absolutely heartbreaking disease. So what I would do if I were you, I would have her come to the wedding ceremony, right? I don't think she needs to be at the rehearsal dinner. I don't think she needs to come to the reception. I think you have her come to the wedding ceremony, that you have those pictures, you have her witness, you give, doing exchanging your vows, and then she can would go back with the nurse to wherever she's staying.
Cass?
Took the words out of my mouth. I think the ceremony part is the important part, but at the same time, this is your wedding day. If it's really going to stress you out and you don't have a close relationship and she's not going to remember it anyway, I mean, you have to look at it. But your brother, I think, clearly wants her there as he's offered to pay to hire this nurse. So I think maybe what you can do is make it clear and really lean on your brother in this situation. Like, I don't want to be stressed out by mom. Thank you so much. Can you please be the point person for her with this nurse? Come to the ceremony. It's too much on my plate to think about this. And that way you've stepped back from the stress of the situation. Your mom can still have a great time with family. You'll have a memory of her being there, but you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, I want to really quick, because I think it's important to mention, like, your mom is struggling with Alzheimer's right now. My mother-in-law has Alzheimer's right now. And I think often people either jokingly or seriously say, we don't have to do something because they won't remember. That's not fair to the person with dementia or Alzheimer's, and that should never be a reason why you don't do something. And I don't think you should ever use their dementia or Alzheimer's to your benefit.
That's sweet, but I think you should drop your mom off at somebody else's wedding. She'll
Stop
never know.
Herbert!
As long as two people are getting married, she really gonna know it's you or not. All right.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.